Good morning, Dubai. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show with me, Casey.
And me, Masa.
And we go through the biggest trending stories in the country and the region. Our top story today is, of course, the UAE affirming solidarity with Qatar following the Israeli attack.
And UAE residents may have slow internet for the next 6 weeks.
We're talking about Samsung, a very cute story, delivering ice cream for emotional support.
And tomorrow is our big day, the Lovin Dubai Community Awards,
which we will talk about in detail. And also Dubai court orders resident to repay 480,000 dirham based on WhatsApp chats.
And later on the show, we're going to be joined by Miss Universe India. So she's going to be talking about the story behind the crown.
In today's rapid weather report, it's mostly sunny with temperatures ranging from 31 to 43 degrees. Let's jump right in to our first story. Yesterday evening, Israel attacked Qatar, an attack in which a member of Qatar's internal security force lost their life along with 5 other people. Following the attack, President His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan spoke with His Highness Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, Emir State of Qatar.
So during the call, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed expressed the UAE's resolute solidarity with Qatar following the Israel attack that targeted Qatari territory. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed strongly condemned the blatant assault and affirmed the UAE's steadfast support for all the measures Qatar may take to safeguard its sovereignty, security, territorial integrity, and the safety of its people.
The UAE president stressed that this attack represents a clear violation of Qatar's sovereignty and all of the international laws and norms, warning that such actions threaten regional stability. Here's what we know about what happened so far. We know witnesses reported plumes of smoke rising in Doha's embassy district, and reportedly 10 Israeli fighter jets dropped bombs in an area thought to house Hamas leaders.
So we know the attack was aimed at Hamas leaders, and President Donald Trump has stated that he is not thrilled about this turn of events. We know schools are closed, and we can only pray this will be the last attack.
We're seeing some local commentary come through from people here, such as Khalaf Al-Abtour, who said what we witnessed today of the brutal Israeli assault on the brotherly state of Qatar is blatant and outrageous violation, not only against Qatar, but also against the entire Gulf state and the whole Arab nation. This dangerous development confirms that Israel persists in its arrogance and aggression and heedless of international laws and humanitarian conventions. If you would like direct updates from this, we report from UAE-based stories. We also have Lovin Doha. Our team is on the ground there. We're, of course, praying for their safety, and as we said, that this is the final attack.
But you know, all of the GCC countries, they came out to condemn this attack, and multiple Arab states also came out to condemn this attack. Qatar has also always been known for a really safe, maintained good ties with a lot of people. So this attack came with such shock, even if it was targeted at Hamas associates or Hamas leaders. It was still a major shock for Qatar to experience such a thing. I think yesterday when we all turned this news, it was very shocking, very unexpected, very uncalled for. It just goes to show that Israel will stop on nothing to continue this heinous attacks.
Interesting, and it wasn't so scary for the people, for our team, and
yes,
both,
and for the victims as well that were affected by this attack.
True, and it wasn't, you know, this isn't the first time in recent months that Qatar has experienced attacks, but it felt like the last time there was a bit of a pre-warning.
Yeah.
People were at home. In this case, it was a real shock to people.
Yeah.
And you can only imagine how scary that was. So as we said, we just really hope it's the end of it. Let's move into our next story. Is your internet glitching? Is it abnormally slow? You may have noticed the Lovin Dubai show went live 6 minutes late today, and it's thanks to some slow internet, so you're not alone. This is because multiple undersea cables in the Red Sea were severed, causing major internet disruptions across the Middle East. And experts have warned that restoring them won't be easy.
So according to a report by The National, repairs could take up to 6 weeks. Specializing ships need to locate the fault, pull the cable from the seabed, splice it and then test it before service is fully restored.
Full Mission Impossible operations need to happen. Microsoft and UAE telecom providers say services are being rerouted and repairs are underway. However, with ongoing conflicts and security risks in the Red Sea, residents should prepare for a few more weeks of slow connection. Before we get into the comments of everyone who commented on this post, because some are hilarious, some are quite serious, who is affected?
I am affected.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Because I cannot handle a slow internet, but I've been affected for since Monday, I think.
That's why I shared this video of
Yeah.
this lady, because she put it on TikTok and she was like, I've restarted my router like 6 times and now
it's
she
so
knows
slow.
the reason.
It's not me. At first I thought it was my issue. I thought it's like a home internet home issue. But when I when I checked Lovin Dubai and said that the whole UAE is going to be experiencing a slow internet, it just made me feel so much better.
It's not
because
just
it's
you.
not just me. But I think. But I'll say something. This is what I experienced. So in the morning it's a bit faster, but in the evening it does get a bit slower.
I'm concerned. We have the Lovin Dubai Awards happening and we're planning to stream them, by the way, which we'll get to shortly, and you'll be able to watch it live. This could be affected, but I will say there's bigger issues in the world. But I don't seem to be affected by
You're not
this.
affected?
I don't think so.
Seriously?
Yeah. Like, the reason the Lovin Dubai show went live late today is because I was updating a sheet, but Kirby and Massa could not access that sheet. I had no issue downloading any of the videos today.
Casey has white privilege today.
Okay.
What do you mean your internet is working and it's not working with us?
I haven't had issues downloading videos and things. Now, I'm not doing a massive amount of downloading. Like, it's singular videos I'm taking from Instagram and stuff. It's not big files, but
my email is not working. It's not opening at all. Not cooperating.
I can't even
Excel
imagine
sheets.
how that must feel.
I know, it's so annoying. Can't access it at all. Excel sheets, I don't know how to refresh it. I don't know how many times. Log back in and log back in for it to work.
Oh my God, the stress.
Okay, Canva is just loading. Nothing else. And you know when Canva loads, how annoying it gets.
I can imagine for you, but I just haven't had that issue.
TikTok is not working. I can't have my screen time.
That might be better.
But you know what? Yesterday I had less screen time.
Yesterday I went outside.
Yeah, me too. I went outside.
I smelt the flowers. I saw the children playing. It's like Dubai is crawling out of their apartments and crawling from under their blankets. Like, oh, there's people living here.
Wow, there's a city outside. Yeah, I went outside yesterday. I had that screen time. I went for a walk, but it was too humid. But I pulled through and I walked for 30 minutes. I think this is very good in this humidity.
People would pay. I think, like, you know, you'd be in a cold country and someone will come up with a business idea and it'll be like, here's a sauna, but you can walk in it. So imagine how good that's going to be for, like, your whole self. And people would pay for it and someone's going to develop it. And it's like, oh, we've actually got that here right now.
And we have actually snow areas. Ski Dubai. Pay to be cold.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, people in the comments are asking for discounts on their service. I think this is, I don't think you're going to expect a discount anytime soon.
It's okay. We're just too spoiled. We can't wait a few days.
But we have some happy news. We've got some emotional support news in case you've been feeling down.
So Samsung delivers ice cream for emotional support. So many people turned in last night expecting fireworks. And let's just say it was more like a screen saver. So same old. But guess who came to the rescue? Samsung with ice cream.
Yes, while some people were feeling a little let down by the presentation, Samsung literally delivered happiness through an amazing collaboration with Mama Booza on Talabat. You could actually get a surprise ice cream drop, and we actually got one too. Yes, our office got one.
And honestly, it hit the spot. Flavors were amazing, but it was the whole idea that cracked me up. So like, hey, if yesterday it didn't excite you, here's something that's sweet that can cheer you up.
And the coolest part is the cup had a little card with the QR code linking to actually the Try Galaxy app. So while you're enjoying dessert, you can also check out what Samsung's foldable phones can do. They are so slick, so giving you a taste of innovation right from any device.
So practical and not just a cool design. So life is too short to choose disappointment when there is ice cream, especially when it comes with a side of Samsung innovation.
There's nothing that makes me happier than a little dollop of ice cream.
I love ice cream.
But speaking of things that can make us happy, we are so excited for the Lovin Dubai Community Awards 2025. Over 20,000 votes from the public have been cast. So you guys are deciding who's going to be on the stage on Thursday night, getting those awards across 10 incredible categories, each one celebrating the extraordinary individuals, the people, the groups, the homegrown brands that make up the true spirit of this city.
So from community champions to rising stars, these are people shaping Dubai's story in their own unique way. There is only one day left. Today is the last day, so have you voted yet? Don't miss out on being part of Dubai's first ever community awards.
Your vote shines a light on the people who deserve it most. I hear Sammy from the back has a... Okay. Interesting. This is the first time we've ever done it. It's an event happening in Al Serkal Avenue.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. What are you excited about?
The whole event. Like, I want to see who's winning. I want to see. It's so fun to see like who won after all the votes. I have my top favorites. You know.
So
I want to see who won the feed.
I'll be totally transparent here. 2 or 3 people have access to the votes.
Okay, do you have access to the votes? Oh God, actually, I don't want to know because I feel like it makes it more exciting to know the day off. You know?
There's one category and there's 2 votes in it.
Ooh, are they
so
equal?
close?
So close?
So close.
Okay, which category? Just give me this.
I'd have to open it up.
Okay. Were you surprised to see the results, or were you expecting it?
I was surprised by how many votes came through for individuals, because the thing about the votes is it's people. It's not celebrities. It's we have one feed favorite for influencers, but it's about individuals doing nice things in society. So if they don't have a massive platform, you don't know how big their reach is. However, some of these people are getting 1,000 votes and you're like,
oh, it's so cute.
So I'm
Congratulations, you're getting some spotlight, you know?
Yeah, and I'm really excited for the stage moment because they have no idea either. They won't know until the night. Like it's a total blanket on until the moment it's announced on stage. So it's really exciting.
I feel like if I was nominated, hopefully one day, if I was not. If I was nominated, I would want to know the day of the event. But if I want to know the day of the event, I was expecting a win. But if I didn't win, I feel like no, I won't be disappointed because I would still feel the support from the community. If I was nominated and then I got some push from people and people voted for me, so I'd still be happy. I would be so happy if I got nominated.
So we're live streaming the event, and there'll be a camera on the stage, but we won't have the capacity to do the Oscars thing, which is like you've got the 4 faces in a Zoom, and their hopes and their dreams. I'm not comparing the Lovin Dubai Community Awards to the Oscars, but you know what I mean. There's a bit of excitement.
I will have some reactions. Like,
should we do our faces for I didn't win, but congratulations? Oh, that's a bit sad. No, you can't. No, this is the Oscars. You've got to be like, they did this in Friends before. It's like you've got to go. Yes, okay. And then as soon as the camera goes, you can just.
Oh God, how awkward is it, by the way, to have the camera so close to your face? Like whatever reaction that you do is going to be taken online and then analyzed, and then it might go viral, might not go viral. It really depends. Like the stress that they might have.
The entertainment value.
You know what I'll do? I'll just act shocked. I think this is enough, right?
No, because you've got to do the clap for the winner.
Do you think people will attack me? It's like, oh, she's so hostile.
Yeah. That's Matt would be like Joey from Friends. Oh. Do you know the scene?
No, I never watched Friends.
So he does the fake clapping, and then he thinks the camera's gone, and he's like,
oh. That's me.
That's the Joey move. Yeah.
You know, I
think that's everyone. Like, you can't be totally gracious at all points unless there's an obvious winner.
But that's like if you lost. Okay, of course you'll feel happy for the person, but you'll have a normal reaction of disappointment, right?
Yeah,
you'll be a bit upset. So let people feel. I don't feel hate.
I feel like I would never imagine that I would actually win, so I'd be like, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
It was never going to be me.
I'm always expecting the worst. Like, I know I'm not going to win, so just go with less expectations, I guess.
But anyway, that is tomorrow. We'll be live streaming if the powers that be in internet cable land allow. And we will share that link well in advance so you can watch it, and you can watch your favourites. If you can't make the awards, you can watch it online. Let's move in to our next story of the day.
So Dubai court orders resident to repay 480,000 dirhams based on WhatsApp chat. So a Dubai resident has been ordered by the court to repay 480,000 to his friend after borrowing money multiple times and failing to return it despite repeated promises made via WhatsApp messages, where he also acknowledged the debt and agreed to provide compensation for delays.
When he stopped responding to calls and ignored court proceedings, why would you? The Dubai court stepped in and issued a ruling based on the WhatsApp exchanges, ordering this man to pay the full amount plus 5% interest from the date of the claim until the full settlement. Fair enough. In addition to covering court fees and expenses.
So the ruling underscores the judiciary's strict stance on personal debts and highlights that digital communications, including WhatsApp messages, are considered legally valid evidence under UAE civil law.
Have you ever lent money to a friend? And I put this to anyone watching on Instagram or TikTok. Have you lent money to a friend, and how did it work out for you?
Lend money to a friend. I feel like I've only lent very small amounts, nothing big, honestly.
If a friend came to you and said, "Can I borrow 10k for?"
Do I have that kind of money?
I don't know. Can I borrow? I'm trying to get to like a significant amount. If you had, I don't know what your savings is like, Massa. We've discussed savings so often on this show. Okay, if someone comes to you, I want to get to like a significant amount that you're not just going to say yes, no problem. But if your close friend, not your bestie, if your close friend says, "Hey Massa, I want to borrow 4k for my uni degree, and I'll pay you back."
Listen, that's the thing, okay? I feel like if someone comes to you and asks you to pay, to lend them some money, it's so hard for you to say no. So you're kind of forced to say yes because this person's coming to you in favor. And even if they promise to get it back, with my people-pleasing personality, I don't think I'll ever ask for the money back. I'll be like, you know what?
That's yours.
Goodbye. That is my goodbye. Have you ever lent money to a friend?
No, but I had a friend who needed money quite seriously. And I said, "I'll give you the money." And the friend said no.
Oh.
Because...
Does this make you a bad person or does it not make you a bad person? That's the question also.
Well, no, but I think that I think it's a really awkward thing to take money from people. And I think, I think it's a very awkward thing to take money from people. And I think most people would feel uncomfortable with it.
That's the thing,
unless,
yeah.
and like, if I came to you, Massa, and I needed to borrow money, I don't think I'd ever ask for a significant amount of money from you. But if I did, all I would think about is the fact that I owed you and I'd have to get it back to you. And I know that this person is a good person. I knew that it would weigh on her a lot.
Yeah.
And she just said, I can't take this. I'm going to get another way. And I'm sure other people were offering her as well. But I just think that there's, unless it's like a very, very close friend, like a best friend. When we're talking about like significant amounts of money, unless it's a family member or like a best friend, I don't think I'd lent it. I just find it awkward. And I don't think a friend would ask. Unless it's like a best friend.
Unless they're in like a really bad situation. But you said something like it will weigh on her. It will feel like a burden. She would always have it in the back of her mind. But it really depends on the type of person that you lend them money.
It depends on the type of person. And some people, it doesn't weigh on them.
Exactly.
And people are different. And I would be the type of person that would weigh on me. And if the person who asked me and it wasn't weighing on them and they decided to do X, Y, and Z before paying me back, I'd feel so uncomfortable in that situation. But you've got to have ultimate trust in the person that you're lending a significant amount of money to.
And you know their personality.
And you know their personality, and that only is with your very close friends.
It's a very complicated thing. Like, what do you do in this situation? And I feel like is if you really, really trust the person, then and they're in a situation where they're in need, it's hard for you to turn them away, even if you don't have that kind of money. And you'd expect those people to be by your side if you had a similar situation. Like, what if you had a circumstance that required you to ask for money? So just like how you'd expect them to help you need to help them as well. But it really goes down to the type of person, because you meet a lot of people in your life, and you know that a lot of people don't have that, you know, sense of responsibility. It's like, okay, and as soon as I can get back on my feet, I will pay back. And I've seen it with my family. Like, I've seen my siblings, I've seen my dad give money to people, they never paid him back.
This is what Dingjo, Dingjo, Dingjo says. Oh wait, no, sorry. This is what Hamzad says. I work on the principle, don't lend money unless you're willing for it not to be paid back. So
True.
If you've got it and you're like, yeah, take it, and you're not expecting it back, I think, yeah, it's just an easier thing.
Yeah, that's very true. Oh, that's a good point. Like, you just expect it not to come back.
So you give someone the money, but I wouldn't accept the money from someone.
Yeah, and I feel like, I can't. I don't know what to do. It's a very difficult situation, I feel.
If you want to lose a friend, let him or her borrow.
Let him.
My dad said never nor a borrower nor a lender be. Sounds selfish, but don't borrow, don't lend. It's just going to get you in
trouble, I think.
Let's put this question of the day. Why not? Let's put it to Miss Universe India, Manika. She's going to be joining us after a break. We've got some technical difficulties, so if we lose you, we will be coming back to this studio in maximum 5 minutes. So do stay tuned, or come back if we lose you. Okay, bye-bye. They can see us. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Today's guest is Manika Vishwakarma, the newly crowned Miss Universe India 2025. Originally from Rajasthan, she's a classical dancer, visual artist, and founder of Neuronova, an initiative raising awareness for neurodivergence. She is also set to represent India at Miss Universe 2025 pageant on the 21st of November in Thailand. She's also the best dressed guest we've ever had on the show. Welcome to the studio.
Oh my God, I feel so good being here. Thank you so much.
You look so good. Congratulations on being Miss Universe India
You're making me blush
2025.
now.
You look really good. I love the pink look.
Thank
Very nice. So how does it feel to finally hold the crown that's on your head right now?
Oh my God, the amount of times I've imagined having this on my head, and when I finally had it, it felt like a dream. It felt like a dream come true and real.
Yeah.
It feels surreal, to be honest. We called India. It feels like when your name is replaced with a country, it's the best feeling in the world. That's the best thing we can ask for.
And to represent your country so phenomenal. Can we learn, like, we go right back to learn a little bit about you. You grew up in Rajasthan. Tell us a little bit about your hometown story. What was your childhood like?
Absolutely. So I grew up in a very small town of Sriganganagar, Rajasthan. It's a state in India. And it's a very simple place. We are simple people, having no exposure of pageants whatsoever. But Miss Universe being such a brand, that I always had it in my heart that I have to go ahead, I have to give it a shot and prepare for it. And that is how my journey began. I came to Delhi, that's the capital of India, and that's where I started my journey by training with Beauty High Academy. So that's my journey.
Was it difficult? So at what age did you move to Delhi, and was it difficult to get into these academies?
So I moved to Delhi at the age of 21. And to be honest, it was actually difficult because having no one from my family, being in a different city, I was all by myself. And I started modeling, I just started doing a bit of odd jobs, and I loved doing it. Because eventually I felt that I realized I was just getting closer to my dream every single day, and that USP was always there.
Mm-hmm. So did you grow up watching Miss Universe America, Miss Universe USA and the TVs?
Oh yes, so I've been following pageants since I was 10. So I've been following pageants since 2013. And being on this stage now, being on that stage, I think the only feeling that I had was of gratitude. We've imagined this so many times in our head. And Miss USA, amazing. I feel like these pageants, they have given us the perspective of what truly women can be. Especially when we talk about the one, and especially Miss Universe, we see so much diversity. We see women from so many professions that I think can open up our brain in the best way possible. So yeah, I think pageants really gave me the courage to move to a different city and follow all these dreams, different demeanors.
So interesting that it was on your vision board, basically, before vision boards were a thing. Can you tell us, for people who are unaware of the pageanting world, what is the process of a pageant? What does it look like in terms of your preparation for events?
So beauty pageants, when we talk about them, they're often called as a competition of finding the most beautiful girl. But on the contrary, when we look at the pageants and when we go in the depth of it and the depth of it, we realize that it's a competition of finding the most competent girl who speaks, who has the ability to inspire the community. So over the years, when we talk about a legacy which is more than 80 years old, when you talk about Miss Universe being the 80th Miss Universe India, it's a journey of understanding how women have stepped up from their different kind of backgrounds and have told their stories to the world, have performed beautifully. And this is apart from the technical aspects of it. But when we go into the technical, the preparation aspect of it, oh my gosh, it takes fitness, it takes ramp walk, it takes communication. Because I think we all have it in us, being the infinite, being the prettiest, being the best version of ourselves. But pageantry, when we prepare for it, it helps us bring it out and show us how we can actually use those skills to bring it to the world and make an impact with what we have inside. So I think that is what pageants is all about.
A lot of people, when they bring up pageants, they always kind of like look down on it. They think it's just for looks and who's the prettiest and who's the prettiest girl's going to win the best crown. But I know it goes much deeper than that.
Much
There's awareness and advocacy. So what is an awareness that you're really passionate about that you want to pageantry basically helped you expand that?
So I was always very touched by this initiative of Neuronova. I always had it in my head because I always cared about education for all. But I truly didn't understand what of which area I wanted to work in. So my mother is a teacher, and that is when I started working on it, when I started visiting her school and I met the kids. And I realized there was this little problem that there are some kids who are neurodivergent, whose brains are different, they function differently. And our education system, whether we talk about India or any other country, we are not equipped with the right kind of policies, the right kind of methods to give education to those kids. And that I felt was not fair. Just because you have certain differences, whether it's cognitively or in any other way, that should not stop you from becoming the best version of yourself and gaining education and having the basic right that can change your life. And that is one thing that is very close to my heart. We have been conducting webinars, we've been conducting so many sessions in our colleges and schools to take this initiative ahead. And that is one thing that pageantry has helped me expand like anything. The kind of reach that we have got on Neuronova is insane post that.
It's a very important platform that you're giving to neurodivergents, so well
Absolutely.
done. Pageants also have a reputation for being competitive and catty behind the scenes. I didn't grow up watching Miss Universe, I grew up watching Miss Congeniality, so that's that's what I think of pageants. So I'm just wondering,
It can actually give that image, to be honest.
It can.
I don't blame you.
What's it like behind the scenes?
So, I wouldn't lie, it looks like it can be like that, but when I was there with 48 girls from all over the country, from different states, we couldn't turn competitive for some reason. We've realized that for 30 days, this is our home, we are each other's families, and for 30 days, at the end of the day, when the finale was going on, we just couldn't stop crying. We couldn't stop being emotional about the fact that maybe after this, our family is going to drift apart. We won't be able to talk to each other in the same way. We won't be able to meet each other in the same way. And that made us realize that we are going to have a home all over the country and all over the world possibly. And that is what pageants are all about. It may look like it can get competitive, it can be a journey of becoming the best, performing the best, and getting the maximum marks, impressing the judges. But that is something that happens on stage. Off stage, I think we are just searching for friends. And this is one thing about beauty pageants. Many of the girls get into beauty pageants because they want to make friends, because they want to meet the best of the best people. So that is actually one of the purposes.
Interesting. Times have changed.
So you see towards the end of when someone is being crowned, so you'd say those hugs and those genuine reactions are really genuine.
They are really genuine because to be honest, I remember after getting crowned, I could not get that moment. But right after I went backstage, all of the girls were waiting for me and I was they were crying with me. So I didn't cry on my crowning, I cried backstage with all of them. And that is what pageants is all about. That is why I fell in love with them.
The true meaning of sisterhood, basically.
It is sisterhood at its best.
Why not? That's so lovely. During the pageant, you also got recognition for your best in personal interview.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh my gosh, personal interview is grilling, to be honest.
Worse than this?
So it's often said that personal interview is about questions, that there was a panel of judges we had, and you would be asked various questions about where you come from, what you do, and all of it. But in reality, personal interview is just to see how you react to different situations, how you react to different statements, different questions. And from the very first question itself, we had a wonderful set of judges who asked me the toughest of the toughest questions. And one motto that we take ahead when we go in a personal interview, we often compare it with a stage, but it's actually very different from stage Q&A. In personal interview, it's about how you can leave an impression, how you make the person feel. It's not about the words you speak, but it's about the feeling you leave people with. And that is the idea of getting best in personal interview.
Nailed it.
So, looking back at the competition, I'm sure you've had ups and downs. I'm sure a lot of challenges happened, a lot of challenges and obstacles came in your way. But what was the hardest challenge that you had to face?
The hardest challenge that I had to face was to keep my head and my intentions in the right place. When it's a 30-day long pageant, it can take a toll on your head. For example, waking up every single day early, sleeping late, having difficult schedules, having so many people around, having that feeling of being judged. And that, I don't think everybody truly enjoys that in most cases. But me, on the other hand, for 30 days, I think by the end of it, we all were so exhausted that sometimes it used to feel like, why are we even doing this? And in that moment, to remember that what the 4-year-old Manika would have thought, what the 10-year-old Manika would have thought.
Yeah.
That thought used to get to me, and that made me realize that this is worth it. This is worth it to get up every day, make that effort, stand up, and still go ahead and be the best version of yourself and smile. And keep that energy up. I think that's the biggest challenge that we face when it comes to pageants.
So interesting. I love that. Asking yourself, like, what would my 4-year-old thought of me right
I
now?
think that's the best motivation we can
Would
get.
make them
Realizing,
proud.
Yeah, like just looking at how far we have come.
And so, just massive congratulations, because to
Thank
become
you so
Miss
much.
Universe India 2025 is no mean feat. So it's incredible. And I wonder, the moment you got off the stage, who was the first person you called, and what was that conversation like?
Oh my God. So my family was in the audience, and I remember just giving a wave to my brother. And I was like, I just want to be, because he was my
supportive.
life coach throughout the pageants. He didn't sleep. If I didn't sleep, my brother is 10 years older to me, and he has always been that figure to me, that guiding light. And I remember that calling throughout the pageant, that whether it's 4 o'clock in the night, he would still stay up. He would be like, you're not going to bed without talking to me. And in that moment, you realize that that entire video call I used to have with my family, they're in front of me, looking at me, getting crowned. I just wanted to meet them. So I actually didn't make the phone call. I realized my entire world was in front of me. So that was the best feeling.
So nice.
I have goosebumps.
I'm so happy for your family. Like, I can only imagine what a proud moment it must have been for them.
Joy. They were jumping out of joy.
I can only imagine.
And let's just do more talks on the pageantry. I think we see things come out of videos and clips and memes come out of this, Miss Universe.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's because a lot of people maybe stumble over their words, or they'd have like a really not the best answer to certain questions. Do you think it is because of maybe the pressure, stage fright, or is it because you feel like all eyes are on you, or is it just really depending on the individual and their practice?
Yeah. So in beauty pageants, when we stand on that stage, realizing that we are in top 5 and we are going to have a Q&A, that is actually the moment when many of us realize what pageantry stands for. Because in Q&A, anything and everything that you answer, every word is going to be on the record, and you have the chance to change the world in that moment, and that we have seen happening. I think we all grew up memorizing and looking at those videos of Miss Universes, where Sushmita Sen once said that the essence of being a woman is being a mother, making us realize and taking us back to our roots. These questions and these answers stay with us through our life. But in that moment, it also makes us realize that these words are going to be out there, and that pressure can sometimes get to us. So in that moment, I believe that if any girl does not give her best and is not able to think of the best thing that she wants to put out there, it's perfectly normal. Because eventually we are humans, we can get into that pressure of having a perception, being in the public eye, and all of a sudden realizing that within 10 minutes, it's going to decide the decision that's going to change our life. It's all of that jumbled up in that one question. So even I remember picking up my chit, and I was only concerned about one question.
You have an option? How does it work?
No, we don't have an option. So it's like a chit system. We have like random questions in the bowl, and we have to pick. So I remember that there are certain topics that I was not very familiar with, and I was just thinking of them in my head, and then came the bowl. I was probably one of the last people to answer, and I picked up my chit, I looked at it, and I gave it away. I was so happy that it was a 4-line home question. Yeah, because the smaller questions I felt were always more difficult to answer. The moment I realized that it was a longer one, instantly clicked.
And what was the topic?
So the topic was, I was asked that, would you choose to advocate for women's education, or would you choose to give immediate economic aid to impoverished families? How would you balance it? How would you balance the arguments for it? And which one would you choose? So I chose women's education, reason being that I felt that women have been deprived of this basic amenity that can change our life forever, for so long that at this point 50% of our population is not receiving it at the best of our abilities. So if we actually choose an option that can help us in the long run, that would be better instead of providing something that helps in the short run. And there are plenty of policies already out there providing the economic aid. So why not to choose something that we can personally work on and people can also resonate with it?
What an amazing answer.
Well-deserved win, well-deserved crown.
Yeah.
And so the crowning took place. You're now in Dubai for just 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
And as you know, Dubai has a very large Indian community. And I wonder, what is one thing about Indian culture that you love sharing with the world?
The one thing about Indian culture that I love sharing about, that I would love to share with the world, is that we have a certain diversity and we have learned to embrace that with the utmost unity. Indians and Indian culture is the most welcoming when we talk about. We have learned to encompass so many cultures within our country itself. If you change your location from 10 kilometers, you would find a new culture in India. That is the beauty of India. And that is how our adaptability in this country and all over the world is so good that we are able to embrace everybody's cultures. We are able to understand differences and embrace them to the best of our ability. I think that is the beauty of India. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is the beauty of India, which translates to the world as our home.
So what if during pageant world you see a lot of people from different nationalities and you are introduced to different cultures throughout, okay? What surprised you the most from people's cultures and maybe listening more about their backgrounds?
Oh my God. So one thing that surprises me the most about different cultures is how they perceive you and how they perceive pageants. So I've had the beautiful chance of meeting so many people from different countries, for example, Thailand, Vietnam, Philippines, and how they perceive pageants is the greatest difference. Some of them perceive it as a beauty competition that helps girls just groom themselves in the best way possible, and some of them view it as a way of finding their future leaders, which is so powerful. So it's about that one thing that really intrigued me. So anytime I met someone from a different country, this would be my first question. What do you think about pageants? What do you think about pageant girls? And the answer was somehow always different. Always and always different. And it always came with 10 more questions, because I realized there is still less exposure about what pageants stand for and what pageants can do in the world. And that was something that really intrigued me, that I want to talk about it, I want to make people aware of it, and I want to make people aware of the power that it can hold.
Very interesting. Before you leave us, you mentioned you would speak to 7-year-old Manika at certain points during the 1 month, I guess, training period. And I wonder, before you leave us, could you give some advice to all of the 7-year-old girls out there who wish to follow in your footsteps?
When we are 7, we are often told that let's just focus on the present, not care about the future, be a child and live your life. That's one motto to it. But remember that you have a gut feeling. Remember that you have a heart, and if a dream comes in your head, don't ever let anyone tell you that you cannot have it. Be absolutely delusional about it. I was 4, I was 7, I was 10, and I was absolutely delusional about it, that I'm going to make it at the stage of Miss Universe. I'll be there, I'll be India. That is the power of keeping your brain strong and making sure that no matter what circumstances, no matter what difficulties or situations come in your life, your path should always be clear. Whether the road is untrodden or not, have the courage to walk on it. That is the only message I would give to them.
So beautifully said, making India proud, Manika. Thank you so much for joining us on the show this morning and for turning up looking so spectacular. What a queen! And she will be representing India at Miss Universe 2025 in Thailand on November 21, which you can watch live. That brings us to the end of the Lovin Dubai show today. Thank you again.
Thank you so much.
And thank you, Masa.
Thank you, Casey.
Have a beautiful day, guys. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Bye-bye.